All right. Wait. Trying to do the James Bond shit. It doesn't. For some reason, I don't look James Bondish. So, all right, man. So we're moving to the next thing, which is the alpha. There's something I want to explain to you guys about the alpha. First, the distinction that we use when we say alpha is not, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I'm going to freaking blah, because that's what people think when they think alpha. They think A-type, badass, especially like dudes. Dudes are like, fucking alpha. I'm the man. You're not trying to be the man. The distinction that we use as a definition for the alpha is one who protects and serves, right? I'm an alpha. If you think about lions, a pack of lions, right? There's the alpha lion, or there's an alpha wolf, or there's an alpha in any pack of animals, right? And we're animals. So what you want to kind of, the distinction of that is saying, hey, look, if you come to me, you're safe, right? I have a program. I buy properties, I do deals, I do whatever it is I do in the real estate game as an investor. So what I want you to feel like is if you enter my pack, if you enter my world, if you use my strategy, if I buy your shit, you're safe. I'm not gonna screw you over. If you're talking to me, it's almost like an interview. Like I'm interviewing you to join my little circle of influence. You're gonna join the league. We're, the League of Extraordinary Real Estate People. We're fucking awesome, man. I want you in here. Or like, dude, you're a dick. You could never come into my space. Like it's one or the other. But I recognize the distinction that I wanted to share with you guys. So when I say this is the alpha conversation, the alpha strategy for you to be able to close more deals and get your shit done as a psycho salesman, like there's a distinction when I say alpha. I don't want you to get that twisted. So in your mind, the mindset of most people is that alpha means A-type. I'm like this badass and I'm going to tell you what's happening and blah, blah, blah. There's time for that. But this one is very distinct in saying that if you come to me, you call me, I'm going to be calm, I'm going to be quiet, I'm going to listen, but I'm actually in charge because I'm looking to make sure that you're a fit for what I got and I'm a fit for what you got. And if that's the case, well, if you do come involved, I'll take care of you. Okay, so here's how we're doing it. I'm going to write this up with my greeny weenie. Alpha. There's 5 points. 3, 4, 5. I know it's weird because I talk when I write, right? Because I'm a goober. So, the alpha. The alpha conversation, like I said, is pretty simple. There's 5 pieces to it. ALPHA, the alpha conversation. And like I said, it's really a conversation. It's more of a script. It's a teleprompter in your head so you can remember. Because like when you talk to people, especially when you're really asking questions and they're telling you, and they're gonna be like, oh, my wife and she hates me, or just gonna be a woman who calls about her deal or a property. Like I'm calling because we got your advertisement and we really want to find out what's going on and all this other stuff. So depending on where you're at, wholesaler, flipper, retail, or whatever, the goal is for you guys to get people calling you. Like I said, it's all about generating leads, and your marketing and advertising has to let people know what the fuck you do. So when they call you, they're calling you to find out about your stuff. But here's the distinction. Here's the mind frame I want you to have. Picture yourself walking into a doctor's office and you're like, hey, my arm's broke, I can't move it, and I want you to fix it, and I want you to tell me what you can do for me. I just want to hear about your surgery program and how long it's going to take and how much is it going to cost and all this other shit. And the doctor's going to be like, do you have an appointment? Well, I get it. Do you know the emergency room is further down? You should probably go to the big hospital, not one of my clinics, especially if he's a specialist in what he does. If he's a specialist, he advertises, right? We're specialists. We fucking advertise. So if someone walks into your space with that same thing, what do? If it's the doctor's office, they go, I got it. I understand. Fill out these forms. They're going to ask you some questions so I can better figure out how I can help you. You're going to sit your ass down. Even if you're hurt, you go to the emergency room, you fill out the shitload of forms, and they still make your ass wait. Even banged up, hurt, broken legs, broken nose, bruised up, burnt face, your ass is going to be in the emergency room for as long as it takes until the person that's supposed to specialize in your specific problem, based on asking those questions, comes and says, hey, Bell, will you move forward? And you're like, fuck, you drag your arm behind you, because that's usually what it works like. That's how it works with us, okay? We're damn sure we're not going to make them wait, 4 hours, but we'll get it clear in them that we're the ones asking the questions, that if you come to me, you're safe, you're protected. All of the things that I need to find out from you are going to help me better understand how I can help you, and if what I do is going to be a help for you at all. And you're going to know right off the bat whether you want my help and whether it's something that's going to benefit you, and you and I are going to come to some agreement by the end of this shit, guaranteed, because I won't let you go without it. Because what did I say my mindset is? When you hang up the phone, you still got a problem, and your wife's gonna be like, oh, I hate you, and your kids be like, Daddy, where are we gonna live? Like that's what I think if you get off the phone with me and you say no. So think like that too. Fucking, you'll close more deals. So the alpha. You don't need to see that shit the whole time while it's up there while I write, right? You're pretty smart. You can spell alpha. And if you can't, call me. Fucking square you away. So, and the A in alpha, right, means ask questions. Right. Ask questions. So when someone calls you, very first thing, they go, hey, I'm calling about your shithead signs all over the place, or I'm calling about this postcard that puts my house on blast that says, you're in foreclosure, call me now. Now everyone knows, and I'm pissed off. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to know about your program. Right off the bat, you go, cool. Do you have a few minutes to give me some information about the house that you're calling about? That'll better help me understand whether I can help you or not. What are they going to say? No, I don't have a few minutes. Shit, they just called you. That's why I'm telling you. It's so important to get your phone to ring instead of you cold calling every Tom, Dick, and Harry that supposedly has a house. So ask questions. Point one in the alpha conversation is always A, ask questions. Find out from them whether they're going to be willing to even give you any information. It's not like you're selling widgets and they're calling because they saw your ad on a widget. I want to buy a widget and it's going to make my life better. This one's like, hey, look, I got a house to sell because we buy houses, and I'm calling to find out. Your shit says all cash. Like, how do you do all cash? And I need all cash by tomorrow. Got it, sir. Do me a favor. Do you have a few minutes to give me a little information about your property so I can figure out whether it's going to be a fit for me and my program? And if not, we'll know, and we'll get off the phone as friends, or we'll move forward together. Is that cool? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. Then you know. Now, like I said earlier, that's the first part. If it's a reptile brain, yeah, sure. What do you need? What information do you need? So boom, get after it. I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, I'm really not sure. I don't like giving my information out. I'm kind of leery about giving my information out because, you know, there's a bunch of, you know, identity thefts and shit like that, and hackers, and you like, you know, you're dealing with a thinker because they're already fucking terrified, right? A thinker or a mammal. They're not a fucking reptile brain. Reptile's like, dude, if you hack into my shit, I'll find you and eat your children. But anyways, so thinkers, they're going to say shit like that. Well, I don't want people driving by. I'm kind of leery about my stuff. So you go, okay, cool. I'm leery about my stuff too. I totally get it. So why don't you just tell me a little bit about, maybe ask where the location it's at. Where, you know, what location is it? Where areas of town is it at? So I can get an idea. Ask questions first. I'm not going to tell you what questions to ask because I don't know exactly what you do. You could be an agent, you could be a wholesaler, you could be a retailer. You're going to have a ton of freaking leads coming to you from some program that you've downloaded online, some app or some type of site that gives you a ton of shit, and you send out a bunch of marketing pieces to them, and they still got to call you. Hey, I got your letter in the mail. Awesome, you got a couple minutes. Hey, I got your postcard. Hey, I saw your shit. Hey, you know, we're behind you in traffic. Hey, you know what? Good, man. I appreciate the call. Do you have a couple minutes to give me some information? You become the doctor that stops people cold in their tracks, broken arm or not, and you situate yourself to find out whether you can actually support them in what they're doing. Again, you're the alpha in that conversation. Not I'm a dickhead beat you up, alpha, but hey, look, if you come inside of my pack, you're safe. But that starts with the interview. That starts with questioning. They're calling you to interview you. So when you stop short and you go, cool, in this process, I'm interviewing you. You don't say that, but you let them know. Like, you need to understand that. You're interviewing them, right? So, simple. That's what alphas do. You make people feel safe by asking them questions that pre-qualify them so they know that, hey, I was able to really get it out with this guy. I haven't been able to do that with anybody else. Or I've never told anybody any of that stuff, and we're at our wits' end. So I appreciated somebody calming me down. Because usually if they start off hyped up, they're going to get hyped up higher. They don't hype down, you know? So calm people down. So first part of the alpha is ask questions. And we're going to get into, oh, can you see that shit? Ask questions. So that's the A. Ask, right? And we'll move into the next phase of this thing. And you're going to really start to understand why it's important for you to put this together. Whether it's you, whether it's your sales team, whatever. If somebody's answering the phone for you, train them. Give them this if you have to. But this is so important. If you miss this part, you'll miss the rest of it. Because then you got nothing to fucking talk about. You didn't ask shit. They put you on blast, interview stuff. You're basically raising up your skirt and showing them your booty before you even get the opportunity to get any information from them. Don't do that. Say no, that's a no-go, all right? Psycho salespeople do not do that. You understand the psychology of why we're doing stuff. All right, so moving on to the next thing.